rock climbing. 6 or 7 years ago, when we were a young club, we went rock climbing. I think Jan remembers it, don't you? Yeah? Hanging off at the side of a 100-foot drop, screaming.
Oh, hey, it's any Saturday night. What was his name, Jan?
Okay, Jan. I don't want to get into your fetishes, but I know you enjoyed that.
I'll get used to.
Now, we've been rock climbing, we've been canoeing. We've been windsurfing down the coast, you know. Anything, any kind of enjoyment, apart from swimming, everybody in the masses enjoys. We all go for it. It's really good.
Hedge jumping.
Hedge hopping, yes. Yeah, hedge hopping is fun. It does your hair start. Mainly, Kenilworth Masters is a social club. It's swimming, but it's a social club. Everybody enjoys everybody else's company. And that's the main thing about Kenilworth Masters. We've got other clubs that like blend in with our club. They come to our club to train. We've got Stratford Athletics Club, the Triathletes Club. We've got Fox Hollies, who have helped us out. We've swum with them, they've swum with us. We enjoy the company, we enjoy Stratford's company as well. We have won a few races with the help of the clubs joining in with Kenilworth Masters. I hope we can do the same with them sometime. We can repay the compliment with them sometime. I'm not going on anymore because I can't say anymore, but
Read the poem.
there's a very important thing about swimming.
Have you written
There are, since Kenilworth Masters has started, now tell me if I'm wrong or right, look, there's something in the water, 12 babies have appeared.
Oh,
12 babies have appeared between people in the Kenilworth Masters. So I met my wife Sue through swimming, Kenilworth Masters. It's Kate and Ian. I'm sorry, Kate, but Ian, it's what you know.
Oi!
Kate and Ian. Mike and Wendy. She came all the way from Oz to swim to Kenilworth Masters. What can I say? They are the three couples that I think have met through Kenilworth Masters, but I don't know what's in the water book now. 12 babies have appeared. So many weddings. That's what it's all about, Kenilworth Masters. Can't say any more. All I'm going to say now is a quick brief poem about a certain coach at Kenilworth Masters. Now, I won't say who it is. Yes. Now, listen. I'm dyslexic, so give me a chance. I read it out. This is written by Rob Lyons here, the man here. There we go. Rob, would you like to read this?
No.
Anybody in the room would like to read?
Here we go. They call him the smiling assassin, and he's sealing their fate with a grin. He's got shoulders as wide as an ocean, and a waist that's incredibly thin. Yes, he looks like the great Roman hero. You've noticed it's sandals he wears. All he needs is a toga and dagger, and some laurel to wear in his hair. The pool is his great amphitheatre, and we all are Christians to him. So he prowls round the edge like a lion, and you know you're not going to win. Then his words come out to hand like a dagger. 200 will do for a start. He's delivered with skill and precision, like a knife sliding into your heart. So like Nero dispatching his forces, he sends us all off in our lane. Then he stands and he fills with his balls. You can see he's enjoying that pain. Then he follows up with a programme that's set not to kill, but to maim. As we crawl from the pool, bent and broken, you can tell he's enjoying the game. So he came, he saw, and he conquered. You can bet he's having some fun. We say, thanks him, that was surely the best. He just smiles and says quietly, well.
Ladies and gentlemen, Secretary of the club, Scott. Thank you.
Thanks very much. He's got a prepared speech that will start by mentioning an embarrassing moment for Steve. Last week he attained his 40th year. It's obviously something of a party because I am told the mobile home he was staying in now needs a new front door. Peter, in fact, is the proud owner of that property. He's actually taking bookings this evening. He wants, after a couple of weeks, whilst they fix it up, a very nice caravan holiday. So Peter will put you right. But I think we ought to wish Steve a belated 40th. Congratulations, Steve. Right, before I start, really, I mean, it needs the scene set. Most of you I normally see wearing not a lot. I'm a big fan of skin-tight lycra, as you know. But when I do see you dressed up, it's normally down the pub, and there's this general sort of air of warm chlorine, which is sadly lacking this evening. So, courtesy of skeletal sleep. It's better. Right. So that's... Yeah. I have a long distance sprint.
Good for leading arms.
So thanks, Steve, for his opening speech there. It's very, very difficult. Well, I know that most of you are in a great rush to get away this evening. I know most of you want to get home as soon as possible to get your usual early nights, because, of course, being fit and committed athletes, you'll need really to get your sleep for your training tomorrow. Just before you leave, I'd like to ask for a few more minutes of your time, so that I can make what I'm sure you hope is going to be a very short speech. First, in line with ASA law, I have to give you the announcement and the safety instructions for speeches under Law 601, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And as this speech involves at least one toast, I'd advise you to make sure you have a drink in front of you, your usual orange juice, or similar, and further to avoid the embarrassment of having asked to stand up and do a toast from an empty glass. I suggest you pinch it from your neighbours whilst they're not looking. It's not a particularly easy task being a member of Kennel Sisters Swimming Club Committee. It was okay in the old days, as Steve spoke about. In fact, for the first 4 years, we just didn't have a committee at all. Nothing. And then we decided and patented our pub committee. That's, for those that don't realise it, that's where whoever survived the session and got down the pub afterwards was the committee. And that worked very, very well for quite a time. And eventually, unfortunately, membership of the ASA and affiliation popped up. And we really realised that the ASA probably weren't quite ready for this leap in technology and jump of imagination. So all of a sudden, you finished up with chairmen, secretaries, treasurers, and all the sort of people you see arrayed along this top table. And that was pretty manageable to start off with, because we had a happy mix of pub committee and an ASA rule book. And you could live with that. You could get the work done, you could have your meeting, you get home and you could still remember your name after the meeting, which is good. Before long, our new social secretary arrived on the scene. He relocated us from our pub to Pete's Palace. He laid on the wine, suitably cooled, of course, along with assorted tantalising eats. And all of a sudden, the work became much greater. You had to make notes. You had to remember what was said. You had to produce minutes. Because amnesia set in about halfway through. And you really couldn't remember what you were doing. My notes for the last meeting said Steve would talk a little bit about the history of the club, and I'd talk a little bit about the people. First things first, I'm sure you want to join me in the normal method of thanking Peter for what I think, if you'll agree, has been an excellent dinner, and I'm sure it's going to turn out to be a memorable evening. So, thank you, Peter.